Seuss, I understand for you that your first love when it comes to an easy-to-drink table whiskey is Jameson's.
Well, it is, because it's an Irish whiskey. I mean, if you go to any sort of standard liquor outlet and you want to go grab a whiskey,
yes,
my first thought is never to grab a Scotch. It's always to grab an Irish. And as far as bang for buck, Jameson is a go.
So it just so happens when you reach for an Irish whiskey that you go for French product.
Sorry?
So it just so happens when you reach for an Irish whiskey that you reach for French product.
Are you saying that Jameson is a French whiskey? Is that what you're telling me now?
Yeah, it's Pernod, so it's effectively a French owned company. But for sure, made in County Cork and produced with a history, I think, of around 200 years. What is it you love about Jameson?
It's smoother than a Scotch, it's triple distilled, and that's all I need to know.
Okay, so what they do, they take the soul out of it. They reduce the barley content down to 30% or less. Why? Why? They triple distill it so all essence of soul and taste is gone and you've nothing but finesse.
I have tried to train him. I have. Trust me when I say this to you. I have tried to train him, but, it's lost. It's lost on him. What can I tell you?
People accuse me as a CPA of having a colour gamut of about like Windows 95, maybe 16 colours. But if you had a look at his palette, it's actually just white and variations of white. And that's effectively what he's done. And I blame it for the years of smoking and vaping that's done that for him. Now, Jameson, sure, okay. They pop it into casks. They'll put it into fortified wine casks from Spain. They'll put it into American bourbon casks. So you've got sweetness and you've got something which is non-offensive. But folks, do you want to not be offended or do you actually want to enjoy life? Now, I learned this with family meal, right? You sit down at the table, you'd have the meal, you'd break the bone and you'd suck the marrow out of life. Please write and teach this man that's what we need to do.
If I wanted to suck something, it would not be the marrow and it would not be from your life.
We wouldn't be discussing at this table, but you can see the difference between a public school and a government school education in Australia. Now, Jameson sells worldwide about 31 million bottles per year. Now, have a look at this monster. I don't know how many bottles this actually counts for.
4.5 litres.
Quite a lot. 4.5 litres, if you don't mind. Please.
No, I don't mind at all. I don't mind. My little beauty.
Oh, the damage you could do. Tonic water, we're just going full circle back. If you can avoid something which is overly sugary, please do it, because you're basically just pouring a soft drink into a glass. Why would you do it, apart from the fact there's nothing else there at the milk bar to buy or wherever you bought your stuff? You don't have to use tonic water just for gin. So, for example, I've asked you to bring up the Irish whiskies because there's a thing called a Leprechaun. Now, a Leprechaun is made with Irish whiskey. It's made with tonic as well. And if you want to freshen it up a bit, you might want to use a lime or a lemon or something like this. Now, I'm going to get Seuss, because his hands are a bit underworked at the moment, to cut this for us. Now, this is a little bit pathetic, because I've asked for a knife and I'm in a military bar and this is what he's given me. This is like something that a Scotsman would wear in his sock.
Well, if you want to up the ante,
please,
we can do that.
Okay.
But look, you know what I say.
What, about
if big
decorum?
is good and bigger is better, you call that a knife? This is a knife.
No, that is a knife. Do you want to do the honours, please?
Sure.
That really, really does cut. Now, you can use this as a garnish. A garnish is basically just something you put to the side of the plate or completely forget. For me, what I'd simply do is this. If it's cut as vulgarly as this,
vulgarly,
I would simply just rub it on the rim of the glass. There's that word again for today, kids.
Oh, yes.
If you're collecting with your bingo cards, that's triple word point.
So what you're effectively doing there is rimming?
Well, I'll let you do that for me. And we've asked our audience not to contribute, but they don't do so. Now, a simple rule for this is basically for every part of whiskey that you add, you'd add 2 to 3 parts of tonic. Why don't you put some in the jigger? And away we go. Now, you're going to be saying, why waste it? Because I really want to experience what tonic is like with something other than just a typical gin. Now, you can also use it for brandy or cognacs. You can also use it for tequila as well. So it's a more versatile drink than what you actually think it is.
Tequila Mockingbird?
Tequila Mockingbird, that was last week's joke.
Oh, sorry, okay. Just one, or are you going to have 2?
Fresh. That'll do to start this off.
Okay. Oh, I can hear the glug glug again.
You know, you could have been a priest the way you baptised that.
I did, and I was.
And just 2 shots or 2.5 shots of that to what you've put in the Jamesons.
There weren't enough little boys around.
Okay, you can certainly put in more than that.
Can I? Oh, you said 1 to 2.
Yeah.
You lied to me. You liar. You blasphemer.
Okay, folks, so it's as simple as that. Tonic water is something that's been used ever since the British were in India. It was basically something to give us protection against malaria, but you can use it for flavours for other things other than just the boring gin that you're using at the moment. Chin chin, old boy. Interesting. Interesting.
It's going to be all right or what?
Actually, I reckon it's all right.
Hey, you know what? That's not half bad.
Yes.
That with a lemon around the rim, that actually adds a bit of zest. I don't mind that at all.
That's right.
Who would have thunk that you could have come up with that?
Who would have thunk it? Thank you for joining us again on Saturday night at the Gunners Club.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, because we like doing this. Quite apart from drinking them.
And we'll see you again next time.
Catch ya.